All right, everybody, welcome back to Hang 10. We've got another exciting week here hanging out in the Wavy Plus studio. Big thanks to A1 American for sponsoring Hang 10. As I mentioned, exciting week. We've got a really special guest, Blair Conklin, professional skimboarder and surfer. You're here hanging out for what, the week, tracking Aaron.
Yeah, yep, exactly. Just came out from California to strike mission the hurricane swell, and yeah, I was looking at the waves at home and saw a really good hurricane swell coming
Good
out
opportunity.
here. Good opportunity to get out of California and hopefully score some waves with the friends out here.
It's not often that I feel like East Coast, especially, that you're getting waves. So when you got it coming up, you got to capitalize.
For sure.
It gets so fun.
Especially this time of year when it's still warm and usually you get some good weather and yeah, all the things come together. It's pretty special.
So you guys scored the Outer Banks recently.
Yeah.
For like the first initial pulses of the Aaron swell. How was that?
Yeah. We went down there for the front runners of the Aaron swell, and it was just super clean and as glassy as it gets, no wind whatsoever, and about chest high, and just had a blast. I was surfing with my buddy Ricky, and we were messing around doing some follow cams out. He was surfing behind me. I was burning him, and he was getting all the action. So yeah,
not only that, but
blast.
Also getting into the pool.
Yeah,
first week.
Yep. Yeah, I think I was there on the opening weekend.
Yeah.
Another reason that got me out to Virginia was just, if the ocean waves weren't going to be all that good or the wind turned on shore, I could go drop into Atlantic Park and get a good surf in there. So
that's one thing I've been kind of saying, like, now there's no excuse in Virginia Beach.
Yeah.
There's going to be waves every day, regardless of how the First Street Jetty looks or how the Outer Banks looks. So yeah, really exciting. Thanks for bringing the waves with you. I feel like you've kind of been the magnet here. Aaron wasn't the real storm. It was Blair coming into town. So I got to ask, when did you start skimboarding and surfing? Was it always skimboarding first and then you kind of went into surfing?
Yeah, I definitely started out skimboarding. Grew up in Laguna Beach, which is the mecca for the sport. It's where it was born. First skimboarding company was built in Laguna Beach, and we just have really, really good shore break waves.
Yeah.
On any given day, it's way better for skimboarding than it is for surfing. So I just, when I was probably 3 years old, I was watching people skimboard at the beach, and that's what got me into it. I just saw the best in the world skimboarding right in front of my eyes, and so the first thing I wanted to do from being a young grom was pick up a skimboard and try to do what all the big dogs were doing. So
was it that just kind of watching people that really kind of got your interest peaked, or what was there something specific about skimboarding maybe over other water sports?
Yeah, I think, like I said, like where I grew up, it's just so favorable for skimboarding.
Totally.
That's what everyone does almost more often than surf. So yeah, I was watching the best in the world skimboard right in front of my eyes, and that's what really was my first inspiration for doing it. Was I got to see all the best do it, and I wanted to be just like them.
Was there someone in particular that you looked up to in the surfboard, the skimboarding community?
Yeah.
I feel like surfing, there's so you got Kelly Slater, you've got all these big names out. A lot of them riding for Catch Surf, actually.
Yeah. We've got some awesome team riders at Catch Surf. Kalani Robb, Ben Gravy, Clay Marzo. A bunch of really talented surfers on the team. But yeah, some of my idols and mentors growing up were Bill Bryan, Paulo Prieto, and Jaime Lovett. These were all, I think that they were really ahead of their time in what they were doing on skimboards, and they weren't only good skimboarders, but they were really good surfers as well.
Right.
And that was what really opened my eyes to what made skimboarding so cool. Was that these guys started out on skimboards, but they were incredible snowboarders. They were incredible surfers, skateboarders, you name it, like multi-talented board sportsmen. And that's, another reason why I gravitated towards skimboarding.
So kind of showing people that, hey, if you can do this, you can do all of these other sports too.
Exactly.
All these other board sports.
Yeah. If you start off on the hardest board to ride, and everything else comes a little easier once you master that,
So when you got into surfing, what age were you around, and did you find it easier because you were already skimboarding?
For sure. Yeah. I didn't really get into surfing until I was in high school. And at my high school, we had a surf team. So instead of doing PE, I got to go surf, and it was like a no-brainer.
Right.
You know, they didn't offer skimboarding on the team, but they basically forced me to surf.
This was the next thing.
Yeah, I had to learn how to surf so that I didn't have to go to PE, basically.
Oh, yeah.
And so, yeah, I ended up doing that for quite some time, and got good at surfing a lot faster than I would have if I had just, started without any prior board riding knowledge. And it came really quick because I had all the wave reading abilities that skimboarding teaches you. And I also was skimboarding in contests and knew how to like navigate a competition because of those skimboarding contests.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I think my learning curve was way different. Hopping on a surfboard felt good.
Felt natural.
Yeah, it felt natural.
Yeah.
I mean, having fins in the board is
a little different.
Is totally different than what I'm used to. But I think I definitely was able to figure it out faster than if I had just learned from scratch.
So what's some of your favorite breaks that you've kind of ever surfed? Again, you're from California. You've got really the starting point of skimboarding right in your backyard, essentially. What are some of the best spots in I know the wedge, what is it, Newport Beach wedge? I've never been there, but it looks like a sick wave. And I always see people starting from the beach and like kind of skimming that like ricochet wave off the jetty.
Yep, exactly.
And getting some of the sickest barrel shots ever.
Yeah. The wedge is for sure the best skimboarding wave in the world when it's good. And what makes that place so special is that you have waves that are breaking into a man-made break wall, a jetty, and they're bouncing off this jetty. And as a skimboarder, it's great because you can catch this little 1 foot, 2 foot wave, but then it connects to a 10 foot or, just a really good sized, powerful wave. And it's dangerous shore break. The wave's really, really close to shore. It's definitely a wave of consequence. For sure, my favorite skimboarding wave when it's on. But I think throughout all my travels and stuff, I've realized there's a lot of really amazing waves around the world, and that's a big reason for doing what I do, is being able to travel and meet other people around the world who share the same passion for skimboarding and for shore break waves. And yeah, that's what really gets me excited these days is traveling all over the place and chasing good waves and meeting new people.
I feel like that's one thing too, because on the East Coast we have a different perspective of skimboarding, because at least growing up for me, I always saw people just kind of flat ground skimming, that shallow layer of water on the sand, and people are just kind of going straight, doing little 360s. But when you can get into those gnarlier spots, like you're always, I feel like, surfing waves of consequence. You're always right there on the shore. Shore breaks, obviously no joke.
Yeah, and that's another thing that it makes you learn a lot quicker how to navigate waves, because you're navigating some of the most dangerous waves every time you drop your board. It's like you got to figure out how to get in and out of the shore break,
and how to fall too,
and how to fall safely. So when you master that at a young age, everything else I think comes a little easier as you get older. And yeah, it's just it's a great time to learn when you're young and playing in the shore break. So yeah, there's a lot of great skimboarders that are coming out of the East Coast, Delaware, OBX. I think Virginia even has a little crew of skimboarders, and Florida as well. Skimboarding is bigger on the East Coast than it is in California. Yeah,
I would have never known that.
Yeah, during the summer, I mean, you guys have probably better skimboarding waves.
I mean, it gets pretty flat.
Exactly, on the day-to-day.
A lot of shore break.
A lot of shore break in the summertime. So I think there's way more skimboarders here in the summertime than there is in California. And that's why you guys get some really, really good wave riders out here as well.
Well, cool stuff. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back talking more. I want to get into more of your career too. So we'll be right back after the break. All right, everybody, we're back with Blair Conklin. Blair, thanks for coming in. I know your schedule's busy because there's waves. How cool is that? Like, you can basically dictate your schedule off of if the waves are good somewhere.
Oh, it's awesome. I've got a good gig going right now.
It's a dream come true. I feel like
a lot of freedom in what I get to do, and it all comes down to just like making fun videos, wherever I go. And
I actually want to get into that a little bit, your kind of YouTube era. But before that, talk about kind of growing up and going from, I guess, amateur to pro for, I guess, both skimboarding and surfing as a whole.
Yeah. So yeah, I in skimboarding there, it's a much smaller sport than surfing, right? So, I felt very comfortable with going pro in the skimboarding world. It was, had a bunch of friends encouraging me to do so at a pretty young age. And I didn't think it was right at the time, but, being pushed by my friends was the best thing for me. It got me into a division where everyone was better than me. And you realize that makes you get better a lot faster. You're pushing yourself to, just challenging yourself in new ways. And going pro was awesome for expediting my skills and getting them to a new level. And surfing, I took a much different route. I mean, I really don't compete in surfing at all.
I feel like nowadays, though, like being a pro surfer is different than maybe back when it was mainly just competing. I feel like now there's so many ways to kind of make it your career with the YouTube space and just social media in general, or being a part of a team like you're on Catch Surf. Yeah. And like you have a crew of just the most stoked individuals I've ever seen in surfing.
Yeah, no, we have an awesome thing going. And I think there's a lot of free surfers these days who are amazing surfers, and I think they're making a name for themselves in the industry more so than maybe competition surfers. There's definitely a movement of people like Nathan Florence, people like Brett Barley, Ben Gravy. There's really reputable surfers who aren't competing at all, and they're making incredible videos that people really enjoy watching. And I think that in a lot of ways is getting reach and inspiring an audience that maybe competitions wouldn't, or just inspiring a different audience. So, it's really cool. The social media thing has completely changed what being a professional surfer entails. And I love it, man. It's so cool because as a skimboarder, especially, I wouldn't be able to make a living out of competing as a skimboarder. But this the social media wave has changed the ball game entirely. And as soon as I figured out that I could make a living doing what I love, I went all in and have spent probably close to 8 years now on my YouTube channel and on all different sorts of platforms, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and just trying to build that up so that I can
keep doing
inspire the next generation to enjoy it and get kids outdoors and in the ocean and also be able to continue doing what I love to do. So, it's a really the best of both worlds, and definitely gonna milk it for all it's worth and try to keep doing it for as long as I can.
You gotta. So you're a 3-time world champ when it comes to skimboarding. Explain that? And was it all 3 in a row?
It was
3 in a row.
3 back to back.
So where'd you go to compete kind of for that? Is there like, explain like, cause most people when they think, okay, surfing, they think of the world tour. Explain like kind of the skimboarding kind of circuit.
Yeah. So there's a United Skim Tour, and it's pretty similar to the surfing tour in that there's multiple stops. You have heats. Everyone is given scores on their waves. Right. I think it's top 3 waves in skimboarding. But our tour is 3 stops on the West Coast, 3 stops on the East Coast, and then 1 or 2 international stops. And it's a accumulation of your points from all of those stops. And that's how the tour winner is picked. But yeah, it's a really cool tour that's been running for probably over 20 years now. And I started competing when I was about, probably 8 or 9, and
young,
then went into the pro thing at around 16, and I've did it for so long and kind of did as much as I could, I thought, on the tour, and then started down a different path. But the tour is really awesome. It's a great way to get kids into the sport, get them progressing faster and challenging themselves. And the stops on the East Coast are amazing too. They're very well attended, very well backed by sponsors, and the community here that's been organizing it they've been doing a great job of helping the sport grow out here. So organizations like Skim USA, and there's a bunch of people in Delaware Delaware was kind of like the East Coast
epicenter for the East Coast.
Exactly. Yeah. Huh. Delaware was, I think, where the first like East Coast boards were coming out of.
Right.
And it has some amazing waves for skimboarding as well. Dewey Beach is fantastic. Great shore break waves everywhere. So yeah, the East Coast is just an awesome place to be a skimboarder and to have a really cool community where you're hanging out with your friends on the beach every day, and if the waves are not that good, you're picking up a skimboard and having a blast.
And having fun. So when was the time where you were like, all right, I can do this pro skimboarder, pro surfer? When did you realize that could be actually achievable and that could be real, that you could do this for your whole life?
Yeah. Man, I think that I graduated college and was like I was very close to getting a desk job and very close to working in an office as an environmental consultant.
You're coming out of college and that's, you're like, okay, how am I going to pay loans, or how am I going to,
exactly
get into the real world?
Yeah. And that's what everyone expects of you is to go into a job right away. And I just wanted to take a break and kind of run with it, enjoying traveling and skimboarding for the fun of it, surfing for the fun of it. And I started a YouTube channel with a buddy in that time when I was jobless and trying to figure out what to do. And sure enough, within a couple months, I had some videos do really well, and I started getting a little bit of an income to where I could support myself. And then some good sponsors came along. Reef Sandals was my first like surf industry sponsor. That was kind of, they're a core surf company, and that was like a big deal for me, and still is a big deal. Like they've been supporting me ever since. And just having companies like that back the videos that I'm spending time on and back the type of wave riding that I'm doing was huge for me. And that's, I think, when I realized like, oh, this has a little bit more of a long-term play than just a fun thing to try out of college.
You kind of see all the pieces aligning. As you go.
Yeah. And so that was awesome. It's a huge thanks to the sponsors that supported me through the start of my YouTube and continued support from them. Awesome.
Well, we're going to take one more quick break. When we come back, I want to talk about your YouTube channel, where people can find you. If they don't already know your videos, you guys got a huge channel, so I'd be surprised if people watching don't. But we'll get into that. And then I also want to talk about your most memorable surf trips in general, because I'm sure you've been everywhere, right?
I've definitely had a couple of awesome surf trips in my life, for sure.
All right, well, we will be right back. All right, we're back. Blair, some of your most memorable surf trips.
Ooh, I would say...
Or coolest locations, too.
Yeah, I think the most recent one that was in a new part of the world for me was the Kelly Slater wave pool in Abu Dhabi. I just got to go there 2 months ago and visit a state-of-the-art wave pool that they just built out there. It's the first saltwater wave pool that's ever been built. Huh. And I think they pull water straight from the Persian Gulf and fill up this little oasis, and then they run Kelly Slater's train back and forth, and
that's so cool.
Amazing pool. And that it's a
long wave too. That's a really, really long running wave.
Yeah, I think it's 700 yards long. Yeah, a lot of football fields.
A lot of football fields, and your legs are probably burning after that.
Burning, yeah. It's such a fun wave. That was a really unique part of the world, a new place for me to visit. Totally different culture than what I'm used to, and really interesting to see that area. And then what are some? Oh, I love going to Brazil. Brazil is probably my favorite place to travel to in the world. It has, in my opinion, the best, if not second best, skimboarding wave, maybe after wedge. But there's a wave similar to the wedge in Brazil that is a right to left wave. So it's better for regular footers like myself.
Right.
I love going right, and love being able to see a wedge coming at my face rather than coming at my
backside.
Yeah. So I've been going to that place for probably 15 years now. And yeah, started dating a Brazilian, and now I'm going back even more, and it's great. It's so incredible. Love it out there. They've got a lot of wave pools being built and just a phenomenal coastline of waves. So
yeah, I think I saw. I'm from New Jersey, so Rob Kelly is like one of the bigger names that we know. I think he's been testing one in Brazil. I can't remember where, but it looks incredible.
Yeah. He went out to the Sao Paulo. I want to say they call it like Sao Paulo Surf Park or something like that. But it's a perfect swell technology. And it's in the middle of the big city, one of the big cities in Brazil. Probably only a 20-30 minute drive from the airport, and incredible wave pool. Yeah, it was awesome watching Rob surf that place. He rips. They have probably the best air section in a wave pool that's ever been built so far. So that's a really.
I think I remember seeing him and Italo.
Oh yeah,
just going ham.
Yeah, Italo's insane.
He does massive airs. I don't know how his knees can handle some of those landings.
He's like a pit bull in the air, dude. He's just so strong.
Yeah,
he's got calves the size of horses' legs, and just he's a built beast. Boy. He's a built boy for sure.
So Skid Kids, that's your YouTube channel. How long I think you mentioned it earlier. How long you've been doing it, and then what was kind of the vision when you started the YouTube channel?
Yeah. So I think I started Skid Kids around 7 or 8 years ago now. And when I first started it, I had a friend of mine who filmed a really good day of skimboarding. And his channel is Beefs TV. Chris Monroe, he's a good buddy of mine who, just captured a really fun session of skimboarding. And he posted it. That video went like huge in a matter of months. Somehow got like 2 million views, and he's like, dude, you gotta start a YouTube. Like this video's doing super well.
It's crushing, yeah.
So he was my original inspiration for starting my channel, and it started out as just kind of a skimboarding channel, highlighting Laguna and some skimboarding contests on the East Coast and that kind of deal, and then it's grown into more surfing and traveling to wave pools, traveling to different surf spots all over the place. And it's grown into something that I never imagined it would have. Like 7 years ago, if you told me that I was going to have close to 4 million subscribers in that amount of time, like wild. I would have never, ever guessed.
It's a mind-boggling number
to
think about.
Yeah, it all happened pretty quick. So it's grown into something, and now I have a team that does stuff for me. Like I have an editor, filmer,
film everything,
people who help me upload stuff, and a great group of people helping me with that. And it makes my job easier too, because I get to focus on going and
the content, the concepts, chasing waves.
Yeah, exactly. It's really a fun gig for me.
Yeah, it seems like it maybe opened a lot of doors too.
Without a doubt.
With kind of, before we were talking about how the sport, surfing, skimboarding, and the whole landscape of things kind of changing. Social media just really opening the door.
Yeah.
For different avenues of kind of making it.
Oh, for sure. And I think what's so cool about having a YouTube channel and just being like connected with people around the world is you get opportunities, not just in your backyard. I have buddies all over the place who are, inviting me out to come surf a wave here or skimboard a wave there. And it really makes the world feel a lot smaller, especially skimboarding, because it's already a small sport, but you have these tight knit groups of people doing it all around the world, and they're keying you in on to their cool places that they skim, and that just makes doing these videos and traveling for the YouTube really, really cool.
It must feel special too to see the whole sport kind of connected.
Yeah.
Like a smaller sport, it has definitely its perks. You kind of know everybody, I'm sure.
Exactly. Yeah. It's so tight knit and so grassroots still that like you pretty much even everyone who skimboards on the East Coast and has been doing it for a while, like I know them by a first name basis.
Yeah.
And that's what's really cool about other parts of the world too. Brazil, there's only so many people who are skimboarding in Brazil, although it is growing faster there than anywhere else. But I still know all the best skimboarders in Brazil, and just that connection is special and something that you don't get in other sports that are bigger or more mainstream.
Awesome. Well, before we go, I want we're gonna flash it up on the screen here. Any place people can find you on social media. Of course, we got Skid Kids on the YouTube channel. What are some other places people can find your stuff at?
Yeah, my other accounts are just Blair Conklin for TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and that's about it. Skid Kids and Blair.
We'll have it all popping up on the screen. You can go follow Blair. Blair, thank you for taking some time and coming to hang out. Hopefully, you guys can score some more waves while you're here in Virginia. Hopefully, Outer Banks too. We'll see.
Man, Hurricane Aaron's already been providing, and it's not even at its peak, and we're having a blast.
You're about to go surf now, aren't you?
Oh yeah, we're going straight to Croatan, and it's been quite a treat being out here, man. Thanks,
awesome.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, and we will see everybody next week.